Hey, what is up guys? DRC3 here, back with another My Hero Ultra Impact video, and today we are going to be doing the Burn Stage Tower Challenges 11 through 13. So we're going to go over each of these Tower Challenge steps one by one, and I will show you the team I am running for each completion. So for the 11th Tower Challenge, it wants us to complete the first floor with Uraraka and Present Mic as regulars in 6 turns, with fewer than 2 KOs and with a score of 2700 or more, then complete all floors on difficulty S. So not only is this the hardest difficulty, you also have to complete it within 6 turns and with a halfway decent score. Getting a score of 2700 is not as hard as you would think if you use characters with technical hits and you have memories that give you crits. So the team I'm going to be running for this first floor is the SR Ochako Uraraka because she has really good technical hits, and I'm running the SR Present Mic. I am running crit memories on both the Gentle Criminal and the Uraraka, whereas I am running the friendly reinforcements on Present Mic, so it gives him a little bit more defense and survivability since he is only level 70. Let's go ahead and hop in. Remember, our goal is 6 turns with a score of 2700 or more. All right, so as we get into this, I think we're going to use Present Mic's first skill first, which increases the power of all allies, which is helpful for getting this done within 6 turns. We're going to let's target twice first. And then we're going to use the zero gravity control, which increases our speed. That's not really important, but it decreases the speed of all opponents, which is a technical hit. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to do Gently Sandwich, which has a low chance to bind. If we can land that status elements are also good for scores, and it's a technical hit. We did hit the crit and the status ailment, so that's good for our score. Twice is half dead. We're on turn 2, so it's looking very good for us so far. Now we're going to use Echo Voice, which increases our plus ultra gauge, which is really useful when used in a 3rd successfully executed skill chain. So we want to make sure we use that last. And we also don't want to use this right away because it's kind of a pain using these two together. Because this one is a 3rd successfully executed skill chain as well. So we got to pick and choose here. I probably should have actually done a different order. I didn't pay attention to the 3rd. I thought Uraraka's was actually a 2nd or later. So that is my fault. Try to use these abilities on separate turns. That way you can use them both at the end of a skill chain. And Twice is going to be pretty close to dead here at the end of this turn, coming into turn 3. Okay, he is completely dead. That's good for us. However, Dabi has entered destruction mode, so that kind of sucks. We need to be careful of that. Let's go ahead and use our plus ultras now. Our plus ultras are pretty useful. And this one gains a bullseye. Not that Dabi evades, but it is still a cool ability, and it's very good in PvP. But it also gives him the ability to evade, even though he already has evasion. 78,000 damage, pretty good. 51,000 from Uraraka, and we are done on turn 3. Let's see if we got the score of 2700 or more. We might have actually done that too fast, so we might not get the score we need. We'll see. We did get the score of 2700 or more. Okay, so there you go. 3 turn clear. We had 6 turns to do it. We only need a score of 2700. We had 6 technical hits. Both the Uraraka and the Present Mic are very good for technical hits. We actually could have gotten at least 1 more technical hit if I had used Present Mic's action skills or Uraraka's action skills in the other order that I had mentioned before. We got 2 plus ultras. If I had had a better plus ultra memory on Present Mic, we could have actually had 3 plus ultras, and that increases your score too. And could have potentially run another character besides the characters I have here that would have given us more status elements. So lots of ways to increase your score here from what you see, but we did achieve the minimum score of 2700 and we did it in 3 turns. So overall, not bad. That is the 11th Tower Challenge. Now I'm going to show you guys the 12th. For the 12th Tower Challenge, it is complete the 2nd floor with Uraraka and Present Mic again as regulars in 7 turns, so they give us 1 extra turn from the 11th Tower Challenge, with fewer than 2 KOs and with a score of 2800 or more. So actually 100 more points is what we need this time on this floor. Then complete all floors on difficulty S. Well, there's only 1 floor left after this, so that should be fairly easy. Let me show you guys my team. This is the team I am running for the 2nd floor of S difficulty. Remember, we have 8 turns to get this done with a score of 2800. I am in fact running the rare Uraraka because she has type advantage. I'm running the yellow You Are Present Mike because he can increase our plus ultra gauge, and I am running the blue Todoroki for the barrier and the crit. Overall, this is a very strong team. Crit memories across the board for all of these characters. Let's hop in. We are going to target Hawks first because I do believe, I'm like 90% sure this is the stage where Hawks gains evasion. I might be wrong. I think there's actually like 2 VE towers that have this same sort of setup where Hawks gains evasion in at least one of them. But I believe in S difficulty, he will gain evasion. So yeah, we're going to try to kill him first. We're going to go ahead and do Bring the Beat, which increases the plus ultra gauge of all allies and decreases the speed of opponents and makes character ecstatic for 3 turns, which is really good. Then we're going to go ahead and do Zero Gravity Kick, which gives her the ability to evade 1 time, which helps her survivability, even though she is a rare character. And then we are going to do Ice Fog. Actually, we're going to swap this order here, do Ice Fog, and then Zero Gravity Kick. That way, we have a chance for a crit, or an extra chance for a crit. Got the Frostbite, that's a status element. Status elements help our score. We got the crit right there, which is nice. And now we're hitting a bunch of crits. This 4 should, with Todoroki on your team, if you have him, should be very, very easy because you are getting all those crits. And then having Present Mike on the team as well, you can see you have turn 2 plus ultras. Getting the floor score for this floor of 2800 should be very, very easy. And getting it done within 8 turns also should be fairly simple with this team right here. Even though I'm using a rare character, this should just show you guys that rare characters actually have their uses and can be very, very good. Alright, so we lower defense right there. And then I wonder how hard she hits. 47,000, actually not bad. And Present Mike kills, perfect. Turn 2, we already have Hawks dead. And now we're on turn 3 where we have to try to kill Dabi. We're going to decrease Dabi's defense. Then we are going to decrease his critical hit rate. And then we are going to attempt to freeze him. And when it's using a successfully executed skill chain, that's also a technical hit for Todoroki. Todoroki is literally the king of the game for VE Tower and PvP because he has the most functions and uses out of any character in the entire game. And we already have Present Mike's plus ultra back up, so that is perfect. We're going to go ahead and use that. 23,000 because he has entered destruction mode. We'll go ahead and do this now. We'll make Present Mike ecstatic and we'll give ourselves crit. Raise the plus ultra gauge of all allies, so we should have plus ultras with Uraraka and Todoroki coming up this next turn. But we do not need them, because luckily our normal attacks finished him off. And that's a good thing too, because he was starting to go yellow, which means he was going to have a plus ultra the next turn. We got the score of 3,100. We only needed 2,800, so very easily obtained score. We did it in 5 turns. It needed to be done in 8 turns. We had 8 technical hits with this team, 4 plus ultra moves, 3 status ailments, and you can see 21 crits. Those crits contribute a lot to the score. So if you're having trouble getting it done in the amount of turns or with the amount of points you need, that is how you do it. You need all of these things: crits, technicals, plus ultras, status ailments. They all factor into your score. And also, the lower your turn count, the higher your multiplier is going to be. So keep that in mind. Now on to the final tower challenge for this video of S difficulty. For the final tower challenge, or the final tower challenge that actually matters, the 13th tower challenge wants you to complete the 3rd floor with Uraraka and Present Mike yet again as regulars in 9 turns. So in case I didn't go over this before, by the way, as regulars means they need to be in the main team. In 9 turns with fewer than 3 KOs and with a score of 2,900 or more, then complete all floors on difficulty S. So you guys can actually still lose 2 characters and complete this technically. The reason you don't want to lose characters though is because it takes away from your overall score and it makes it harder to reach that score of 2,900. This 13th tower challenge, the 3rd floor, is potentially the hardest part of this entire tower challenge for the burn stage because the 3rd floor, Dabi, hits so ridiculously hard. A good idea might be to use Aizawa. What I'm doing is I'm going to use the Strength Ida because he draws aggro, and that way he can just evade Dabi's plus ultra. So you either need a way to evade Dabi's plus ultra, or you need to seal him, for example, with Aizawa. Other than that, that is the only real difficulty to this. It's pretty much the same thing. 9 turns, we need a score of 2,900 or more. Here is my team for the 13th and final tower challenge of the video. Like I said, I'm using Strength Ida. I'm using the UR Ochako Uraraka because she gives your team evasion. And then I am also using the UR Present Mic because I want that extra ecstatic or plus ultra boost to my characters, which is just going to help me get this done in a lower amount of turns. It's definitely not going to take us 9 turns, but remember the multiplier is better when you're around 5 or 6 turns. So let's go ahead and hop in. Okay, as we get into this, I think the very first thing I'm going to do is I am going to use my counter with Uraraka. That way, if I miss it, it's not messing up the skill chain too much and not messing up my plus ultra too much. Then we're going to use the reciprocal sliding, and then we're going to go ahead and use the bring the beat, which can make Present Mic ecstatic, and it also increases the plus ultra gauge of all allies. And I didn't miss the tap. Awesome. I'm actually really proud of myself because I usually miss that tap. Happens all the time with the counters. All right, and these two have a plus ultra. I'm gonna go ahead and use those right now. And so the goal with this team is just to hit a lot of crits. We get a few technical hits here and there, but really we should get the score no matter what. It shouldn't be a struggle to get the score that we need of 2,900 as long as we're within a 5 to 6 turn clear. We're going to go ahead and use our healing, which is going to give us evasion. Then we're going to use the somersault kick, which increases our plus ultra gauge. So hopefully he'll have a plus ultra coming up. And then we're actually going to use bring the beat again to make characters ecstatic yet again. Or to make Present Mic ecstatic yet again, apologies, and raise their plus ultra gauge. So we should have all of our plus ultras coming up this next turn. And now we have all our plus ultras, we will get to go first. That will give Ida evasion, and because Ida will have evasion, if Dabi's not already dead, when he plus ultras, he will plus ultra Ida. 50,000. 27,000. 44,000. He's pretty close to death. Here comes the plus ultra. We evade it. No harm done. Pretty easy, right? And we're on turn 5, so like the other floors, we're going to clear this on turn 5. We're going to go ahead and use the action skill here on Present Mic. Instead of increasing our plus ultra gauge, we're actually going to try to do damage. I don't think we'll need it because I think Ida will kill, but let's see. The better your skill chains are too, the more points you're going to get. Right there, I missed that skill chain, so that kind of sucks. And so for the final score, we needed 2,900. We got 3,135. We had 9 turns to do it. Did it in 5 turns. Very easy if you know what you're doing. If you lack the Ida, like I said, or someone who can give you evasion, you could do a character that gives you barriers, like Fantasy Todoroki, or the SR Cheer Uraraka can also give you barriers. Maybe pair her with this Uraraka here. Have 2 Urarakas on your team and you have barriers and evasion. You might have a little bit of trouble getting it done within the amount of turns needed because you lack damage, but it's possible to do. Or go for a sealing technique with Aizawa or something like that. A character who can seal, bind, do stuff like that. Could also work for this. Hopefully this video helped you guys out, and if you guys enjoyed the video, please go down there, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button with the notification bell turned on so you can see future videos, and leave me some comments if you guys have any questions or would like to see any other types of videos. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.